Good morning, dear students. Now, today we will continue with chapter sound, and today we will read about sound waves and different terms related to sound. So, sound travels in a wave in the form of wave, and the striking of a body with some force it creates vibration, and the vibration creates vibration in the air particles that are closer to the body. That means the vibration passes on from one molecules to another, and in this way the energy get transferred from the vibrating body to the surrounding air particles and further. This movement cannot be seen with our eyes, and this type of movement is known as sound waves. So, sound travels in the form of waves. And finally, after traveling from one molecule to another, it reaches to our ears. And then we are enabled to hear it. So, some basic features are there. All the sound waves have frequency, amplitude, and take some time period to travel. And each of these features determines the pitch, loudness, and quality of the sound. So, first, all these characteristics which can be better understood by the simple pendulum. So, a simple pendulum is made up of a bob, usually a small metal ball tied with a long thread, and the bob it is hung to the rigid surface which moves back and forth. And this to and fro motion or back and forth motion of the object is known as an oscillation or vibration. The movement of pendulum from B to A to B to C to B is considered one oscillation. Once again, I will explain these in my next video. So now we will continue with the terms. Next is frequency. The number of oscillation a pendulum makes in 1 second is called frequency. And the SI unit of frequency is hertz. Second, amplitude. The maximum displacement by which the bob moves either sides of its mean position is called amplitude. In case of this pendulum, you can see it moves from B to A and B to C. This is the maximum displacement covered by the bob, and this is known as amplitude. And the time period, the time taken to complete one oscillation is called time period. And the SI unit for time period is second. Based on this, the activity to investigate the frequency of sound, number of vibration in 1 second, take few rubber bands and wear it around two fingers as shown. Strike it slowly, it will produce some sound. As I explained you earlier, when we will strike it or pull it, then it will produce some sound. Now observe the vibration and stretch the rubber band wider across your finger. और भी बड़ा करके हम लोग उसको रखेंगे. Again strike it and uh, again it will produce sound. Observe the vibration. So what will be the conclusion? In both the cases, the rubber band vibrates and produces a sound. In the first case, the vibration was slower as compared to the second case. The sound produced in the first case was also slower than that of the second case, because in first case it is stretched little, but in the second case it is stretched wider. So the length is increased. So the vibration also get increased. The vibration represents the frequency, and more the frequency, higher the sound. That means the number of vibration, if it is more in 1 second, then the sound will be higher. And second activity is to investigate the amplitude of a sound. Again, take few rubber bands, wrap the rubber band across your two fingers, same as you have done in the first activity. Stretch the rubber band softly and observe the sound produced. Now stretch the rubber band hard and wider and observe the sound produced. When we stretch the rubber band softly, the sound produced was less. It will in slow, and because the soft stretch has created less amplitude than that of hard stretched rubber band. So if we will stretch it softly or for shorter distance, then the sound produced was less. So this is to see that the frequency and amplitude of sound by a simple method. So to learn the definition or to write the definition, I have written here: first, vibration or oscillation. One complete to and fro motion is called oscillation or vibration. Then the frequency, the number of oscillation in 1 second is called frequency, and the SI unit of frequency is hertz. Amplitude, the maximum displacement of sound from its mean position is called amplitude, and the SI unit of amplitude is meter. And the time period, the time taken to complete one oscillation is called time period, and SI unit of time period is second. How much time an object or a sound takes to complete one oscillation, it is called time period, and it is measured in second.